Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. We are playing with an Inquisitor, a Purifier. And today we're gonna go after Mr. Darius Cronley himself. But before that, there's about half a legion of cowboys that need to be dealt with. So let's get right to it. Ooh, Mr. Monimax Martin is waiting for us here in the beginning. Let's see if the circle of safety, the Inquisitor's Seal, if that is gonna be helpful here. Ooh, you can actually stack them. That looks pretty neat. Well, only seems that you can be affected by the bonus only once. Even when there are two on you. Right, you have guns, I have guns. Let's fix this. You no longer have guns. So usually Monimax Martin is waiting towards the end, but no, some of the bosses in the game do have a randomized spawn positions. So that's why he was here in the beginning. Which is very convenient if you need to kill him for the quest, or if you need to kill him for a bounty or something like that. Because then you just simply don't have to walk as far as you otherwise would. Okay, let's just make ourselves a pit down here. And do some damage. Doing some traps on the staircase does help a little bit with monsters that are coming in. On the other hand, we can shoot straight through the wall here for the fun reason of it. So then we don't really need to do much. But it's nice though, otherwise you have to walk up the stairs. Now we can just simply shoot the buggers. Let's see, got that one. We got some items here and another devotion point. So that's gonna complete the candle. So bonus elemental damage. And energy regeneration for us. So let's have a quick look. After the candle, we're gonna set our sights on the vulture. Because we need 5 points to go for the behemoth. Actually, we only need 3. And eventually we want to go for altos. We only need 6. Okay, let's have a quick look. Because in the 1.3 patch, one of the things that did get changed was that more constellations now offer you a speed bonus. A movement speed bonus, that is. Whereas before that was not always the case. For example, the lion here has movement speed, but the jackal has a total speed, so that is movement speed as well as attack and cast speed. So that is a pretty nice bonus to have. How is the vulture doing in that regard? Some resistances, cutting an offensive but no movement. And here we have a bunch of life. Ah yes, bit of life, some energy, life leech, resistance. Those are good things. I find it... I think I'll just have to double check the build up. If we're picking the vulture also for the defensive properties, or whether I simply overestimated how many red points I needed. Because if 3 is all we need, then the jackal will be more than enough. Because yeah, down the line we have the scythe. We don't need it, and as I said, altos only needs 6. Well, he needs 6. And then of course with the base plus a vulture, that gets you 6. Okay, so this is looking ahead towards altos, so we don't need to get 2 different constellations to get the points. That is the efficiency. So no efficiency from the jackal speed for us. We do have a plan, and it seems like sticking to it is not going to be a bad thing. I'm very curious to see how our fight with Cronley is gonna go. I mean, his range character, he does quite some damage. He's got a lot of add-ons. That's it's a good test, since there's just a lot of stuff happening. And I do know that with the Necromancer, it was doable, but because of the AoE especially, it was more difficult. Of course, as just a single character without minions, we don't have any issues with AoE. Single target or AoE, it is all the same. In fact, AoE might even be better, since oftentimes AoE damage is lower compared to single target damage as a balancing factor. For here, might as well just take a little extra walk around and liberate some of the loot held by the insects. Well, if they are holding any loot, that is. But you don't know until you go after them. There might be a queen in there, there might not be. It's always a bit of a question. Did get a hero here. Harprax, the Queen's Will. I guess technically that's not a queen then. Just a trusted aid of the queen. Yeah, there's some royal jelly. So far I haven't been tempted to use the royal jelly bomb health over time potions. Or the health regeneration potions, I think I should technically call them. Which is good, since that means we haven't been in too many gnarly situations. We're close to leveling. Would be wonderful if we could actually level up just before Cronley. And given how many enemies there are usually in the next section, I think that might be possible. Because at next level we will be able to equip the rune stone, which is going to grant us some ether resistance. We don't really have all that much yet, so definitely is going to help us. Though this early in the game, most of the time bosses are pretty doable, even if you are not really great at resisting their damage yet. High difficulties, that might be a different story, but on veteran, Act 1, Act 2, you're fine. The game is understanding that you don't have good gear yet. Okay, that was that. More bugs. Let's see, more dynamite. That is one of the nice things of playing in this section of the game. You do build up a nice stockpile of dynamite. Okay, and just because we are very close to digging, we're just gonna take a little bit of a detour. Just kill some more of the cowboys here on the side. And that is level 24. Wonderful. Okay, 1 point gets us to the next tier. So, Steel Resolve. Upgrade for Word of Renewal. It grants us physical damage. Percentage bonus to most damage types, as well as a percentage bonus to ether and chaos resistance. Well, I like that. Next up. Chill Surge. Upgrade for Rune of Ignaffar. A single projectile inflicts quite a bit of frostburn damage, as well as a 25% chance to freeze target. This is one of the reasons why I would like to grab the Rune of Ignaffar, just for the chance to freeze, and here the reduction in the enemy's attack speed and defensive ability. There's just a lot of utility here. But we also have another upgrade for the Inquisitor's Seal. No field. Reduced casting speed and an increased chance to avoid projectiles. I think technically I'm not really casting all that much. In fact, I'm mostly shooting. So I think for this build we could probably get away with it, since the reduced casting speed is not that big a deal, but a chance to avoid projectiles from enemies outside of our bubble, well, that does sound useful. But I think for now, let's actually just go with Chill Surge, extra damage, and well, as well as a chance to freeze for our Rune of Haggaroth seems like a very nice way to just help us deal with the large amount of enemies. And we have more resistances. Wonderful. That fiery explosion there was Calamity Pocking, the relic we've been using for a while now. Oh, okay. So if we're gonna do a silly thing like tanking a enemy point blank, is this actually doable? It is actually pretty decently doable. The Inquisitor Seal looks like a pretty interesting skill from that perspective. It's just taking off 55 points of damage from each hit this early in the game. It is quite significant, I would say. Okay, let's put a portal here, just in case. Don't hope I need it, but when I need it, it is useful. Now, let's say hello to Mr. Cronley. Oh, of course, we have the option to precast our runes, so might as well do that. Completely cheesing the thing. Or maybe a different way of saying is, let's play to our strengths, not necessarily let him play to his strengths. Okay, so there's now 4 runes of each type underneath his feet. Let's do this. Die. Okay. So that took about 10% off of his health. Yeah. If the runes are spec'd for 1-pointers and utility, you're not gonna get a lot of damage out of it versus an endless. Sorry for if that was unexpected. Okay. Hello, Booster. So, on upside is we are incredibly mobile. He's relatively mobile, but he's got nothing on us. So now just put our lightning tether up and just more lightning tethers and just shoot him and just run in circles, and it feels like we're doing pretty fine here. I say that as he starts spiking me. Okay, so that still works. Whenever I say something is actually not difficult, I nearly die, or actually die in the game. That's it's an age-old tradition. It also worked for this character. Wonderful. Let's not try to test it too often, though. Well, he's nearly dead, so we just focus him down like that. He's gone. Ooh, Marauder's Fury. That's a... I think that's a gun. Part of a set. Yes. Level 26. Wonderful. So, yeah. By the time we hit level 26, there's going to be some upgrades. And there we have Marauder's Justice. Oh, wow. That's nice. I mean, Marauder's Fury and Marauder's Justice are part of the Marauder's Justice set. 2 pistols, you get a belt, and you get gloves. I actually have all the pieces except for the gloves already in my stash. I just scoured through some of my other characters' inventories or stashes to have a look for it. With a 4-piece set, you actually get +1 to all the skills in Demolitionist and Arcanist, so that is perfect for us. But even with just a 3-piece set, now we got 2 guns that are doing pretty decent damage. Quite an upgrade over what we have now. There's some resists on there, and there's some offensive and damage bonuses. So that's definitely nothing to sneeze at. But now I can compare these with what I have in the stash and just pick the one with the best randomized bonuses, if there are any. So for the rest we have that one. And of course always remember to go in here, Cronley's notes. That is more lore, always useful. And then the crystal. And let's just keep something for myself. That's always nice. I think it doesn't really matter what choice you have, you get fun stuff either way. In this case, we got an ether cluster. And then one of the things that you should not forget is to actually walk to the next waypoint and tag it. Because this is not like Path of Exile, where killing a boss will unlock the associated waypoint. And you will feel silly when you have to go through the Cronley fight a second time because you forgot to tag the waypoint. I did when I did that once. On the other hand, now it's always nice to just kill Cronley a second time, or a third time, or a fourth time. I mean, the guy dropped pretty decent loot for us, so why wouldn't we want to go after him multiple times in a row? But for now, let's have a quick chat with the folks in town. Just wrap up our quests and get our next assignments. Hello there. Martin is dead. Wonderful. We got some reputation here. And yeah, we've brought the lore back to Amkala. Might as well have a look. We don't use scythes, we don't use cudgels or knives. A helmet. It has some health, it has some cunning, it has some spirits. There's no real resists on here. +1 to vigor. I think that is a demolitionist thing. Oh, it's not. Ah, that's the that's the health upgrade. Okay, that's not bad actually. So that's effectively a hidden +80 or so health bonus. But it's for level 25, that's about half a level. The battle cry when hit is nice for total speed and damage bonus. So for now we'll just set it apart and then we'll evaluate it once we can equip it. Because sometimes you do grow out of things before that. This is just, oh, we need to talk to a merchant, then this is just not good. A bit more armor. There's no movement speed on here, there's no, well, there's a little bit of vitality resist, but it's not enough. So for now, you know what, bye bye. And this one has less armor and less resists. So I think we'll drop that one as well. And, oh! We think level 24 and I forgot to put in the runestone. Well, if you can run away and you don't really get hit all that much, you do have some leeway. So, next up, have a chat with Mornay. The other dude. In the prison. So, Cronley is no more. Couldn't find Elsa. Got a bunch of XP. That's one of the nice things about the quests in Grim Dawn. You do get quite a bit of experience for them. So now if you just go through the game and you do all the quests, including some of the side quests and some of the hidden quests, then that's gonna help you level quite a bit. Much more than simply just killing random enemies. Let's see, it's nearly 20 minutes into the episode. And you know what, we can actually just, we can clear out some of the not quite required content on the left side of the Twin Falls here. And actually just walk up to a nice bit of a secret treasure chest that not all of you might know about. and then wrap up with a nice wasp nest. And the next episode we can just focus on getting into the Undercity and slaying all of the skeletons down in there. And another level, wonderful. So 2 levels and then just 1 pointer into Nullfield. Oh no, there's a man who is trying to shoot a woman or holding her hostage. So, okay, so hold on there, traveler. You wouldn't want a pretty lady's brain to spill over the ground, would ya? Let's see some iron. So, usually the answer is we do not negotiate with terrorists or criminals, right? So we can walk away, or we have 2 different answers that start an attack. So either we are heroic or we are indifferent. In this case, let's go with heroic. So I don't think so. And oh no, she also attacked us. It was a lure. They were conspiring against me, hoping to just make me pay the ransom. But in the end, didn't work out for them. Now they're both dead, and they have no ransom. Sometimes there's a chest or something in the tower. Gotta love those random chances of stuff spawning. That does make the runs less predictable, though. That is one of the upsides, I guess. You want to run through a large area of the game rather than just going towards one specific loot chest all the time if it were deterministic. So some mumus. Oh, no, mumus. More like boars, right? They don't moo. Boars don't moo. Okay, so the secret thing. So across the exit down over here, you can actually walk through here if you use your scroll wheel. Just hold it and you can actually see it a bit easier, but by default it is actually set up in a way where it is more difficult to see. Then you can go here. And now there was only a crate. Sometimes there's a treasure chest or even a larger treasure chest that is down here. So this is a nice location to at least remember if you're in the area, because you might find something nice from it. But for now, no such luck. So we'll just oh, there's a boatload of skeletons coming in. Or I keep calling them skeletons, don't I? They're bugs, they're wasps, they're insects. Not skeletons. They are the least dangerous part here. Hello there, Frosty. And goodbye, Frosty. Okay. And we forgot to spend a point here. Keep alternating between physique and cunning. So far, so good. And one of the nice things is now as with the expansion, we can actually revert our attribute point assignment, because you do get a couple of the flasks while doing the quests to actually reset your attribute points. So even if it turns out to be a horrible mistake, you can actually reset it now, which is something I do appreciate. Okay, they were sturdier than they had any right to be. Also, I kept following my pistols. I probably shouldn't have. We should go down here to the wasp nest. The wasp nests are, I don't know, some of them are considered to be challenge areas, so their area level is a little bit higher than normal. Also, they tend to have a higher density with heroes and queen spawns, purple queen spawns sometimes even. So in terms of loot drops, you might actually get some pretty decent stuff in a wasp nest, and they're generally pretty quick to run as well. Hello there, corpse. Okay, there we are. Hey, hive. Matriarch. Level 29. As I said, bit of a challenge. 4 levels above us. Okay, now if we're standing here fighting, might as well put the seal down. And we got a green and a blue item. So, Acolyte's Court. Bonus to damage, spirit, offensive ability, sure, kind of okay. Bonus to pets, that's more of a Necromancer thing, I suppose, or a Conjurer or something else. But a pistol, level 26 pistol. So, it does poison damage, with bonuses to poison damage, chance to reduce target's defensive ability. Now that is nice, that allows us to land more critical hits. And it has damage conversion to acid. Not quite our element, so that is less efficient, but still, it is better damage than our right-hand weapon by 2 whole DPS, discounting the granted skills and the components. The other hand, 10% chance when I get hit by melee attacks to splash poison back, that might actually end up doing more damage. So, in this case, now if we were poison aligned, then that might have been useful. In this case, I think it's just more of a hassle to switch it than it otherwise would be. So, let's see, is there anything else, since this does seem to go on for a little bit more. I think there's another room here. Yeah, and a big treasure chest. Exalted Stash. Wonderful. And we got the Conduit. That's a two-hander, wasn't it? Yes, two-handed sword. Very nice if you're doing elemental damage and want energy. For me, as a two-handed pistol wielding madman, not as much useful. And there we are. Nice full circle. And all the bugs are gone. Okay, so next episode we're gonna head to this side of the of Twin Falls. So there's gonna be a devotion shrine and the entrance into the Undercity. But for now, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.